Welcome to Armenia. I'm Lena, freelance journalist, and together with the Media Dialogue Network, young aspiring journalists, professional journalists, academics and artists work together to understand the conflicts of the Eastern European countries better. We just arrived here in Gyumri in Armenia, traveled by bus from Georgia. And behind me you can see the GTC, the Gyumri Technological Center. This center is all about boosting technological developments. It's a place where young people and also, of course, older people can improve their IT skills and where a lot of startups work and develop their subjects and their topics they're working on. Nevertheless, we are going to focus one more time today on Georgia because we want to know what the students at Caucasus University, where we stayed, are thinking about their hometown, Tbilisi, and if the young generation in Georgia is politically active. So you're going to see an interview I conducted with Kativan and Tekla, two students from Caucasus University, right now. I'm very happy to talk to you now. Tekla, you're a student, 18 years old at Caucasus University, Public Relations and Communications. And you are born in Tbilisi.
Yes.
Why do you think Tbilisi is a very special city?
Well, as I've mentioned before with you all, Tbilisi is a really special city. It has its own soul, it has its own spirit, and I think it's really important when city has its own character, and I consider Tbilisi as its own person itself. And we often say that Tbilisi is not just a city, it's relationships.
It's relationships, okay. What is your favorite food here? Because I tasted some kinkali things that was really delicious, but what else would you say is really important to try here?
Khinkali is delicious. Also, khachapuri is delicious, but I think they are basic because I think their flavor is common. So I would recommend you some Megrelian food. It could be Gebjalia, Satsivi, it's not Megrelian I think, but that would do it. And Romi and LRG, yeah, you have to try it.
As I said, you study public relations and communications, and now you're part of the Media Dialogue project. What have you learned so far?
I've learned that relationships matter the most, in every field, especially in our field in media and in public relations. You have to network with people, try to get to know them, try to get to know their culture really well, and international experiences are what makes you better as a person, I would say so, and as a professional as well.
Mm-hmm. We had really lively discussions, wonderful exchanges also with the other workshop participants. On a political level, what would you say? Are you a political active person?
Yeah, I'm a politically active person, and I would say students in Georgia are really politically active because I would say we are obliged to be politically active because political situation in our country is not stable, and we have to fight for certain rights for our future. So yes, It's a necessity to be active.
Okay, what does it include, to be active?
We often go to demonstrations, and also we are the ones who plan these demonstrations. And I think it's really important to be part of every demonstration which occurs in Rustaveli Avenue, which is the main stage for these demonstrations.
Okay. Yeah. What are you doing there? I don't know, marching, singing. How does a protest look like here in Tbilisi?
Well, you have to make a really cool poster. That's the first stage, like really creative. And then, like we're listening to some music, we're screaming. I don't know. We don't like to be aggressive in general because there are some extremist groups which tend to be aggressive, and we're always like answering with peace and love and the stuff. So we are just trying to be more creative with our minds, and we're not fighting. We're just like saying what is important to us. No.
So, what topics are important to you? What topics do you think we need to fight for?
Yeah, well, as a person who's involved in media and who wants to work in media field, I think that journalist rights is a big issue right now in Georgia, and we had some demonstrations about it, and I always like go there and like spread my opinions. Also, like equal rights is really important, and we are lacking it. So LGBTQ community rights and also women rights, because that's a problematic issue here. So,
do you have maybe concrete situations where you feel like this is a real issue in your everyday life?
Yes, like I feel every woman in Georgia is being objectified at some point, and also there is like big systemical sexism, which like can't be visible at some times, but you can feel it. That's it.
As I said in the beginning, you are 18 years old. Would you say there is a clash with the older generations regarding topics that are important to you and maybe not to your mother or to your grandmother? When we talk about the rights of women.
Well, I would say that information matters. That's why media and broadcasting is really important to me, because at some point when someone gets the right information about something, when she or he is being educated, like at some level, at some point, she can't be sexist, or he can't be sexist. I think so. And like in my family, like my mother is really educated, and she knows her rights. She knows that she has to respect other people's opinions and other people's rights, like love is love and such stuff, But generally, I think that Georgian people is lacking some information in a lot of fields, especially in gender equality and especially in LGBTQ community rights.
Thank you very much, Tekla, for this interview.
Thank you for the opportunity, Lena.
Hi, Ketevan. Thank you for giving me this interview. You're 18 and you're studying at Caucasus University. You were also born in Tbilisi, like your friends. In your eyes, what makes this city special?
So in Tbilisi, there's a really tight-knit community. So we love communication with people. We love like our relationships. So I think that it plays a huge part in what Tbilisi stands for, and it is relationships. So I think that Tbilisi in general is like a unique place to live in, because when you walk outside you meet like 20 people that you know, that you are related to, and it's like a perfect place to like go out and have fun. And there's also a quote that we say that Europeans live to work, but Georgians work to live. Because we like to have fun, we like to go out with your family members, with our friends. So this is what Tbilisi stands for.
This is wonderful. I heard there's a special thing, that a gathering, a dinner where, I don't know, sometimes only girls are together, sometimes it's mixed. Can you remind me of the name?
Yeah, we do a gathering which is called Supra, but there is like not like gender or sex oriented, like people who are like related to each other or who are like acquainted to each other. They also gather here to like have fun, to like live in the moment and to talk about what they're doing daily and like have like communicate with each other. So yeah, we also drink because Georgians love wine.
Famous Georgian wine.
Yes. And Georgians also love to eat. So we also do our traditional food during the supra that we eat. So it's like Georgian Supra stands for its food, its relationships, and it's like this is the whole thing that there is. This is the tradition.
Is then like the political situation a common topic for those evenings, or would you rather not talk about it?
I think that in Georgia you can't have a supra without a political topic. Everyone starting from age 5 know who is the president, who is the prime minister, and what are they doing. So I think that we are very politically aware people because we want to have a great future. And I think that when we talk about in family, it starts from the family. So I think that when you talk about it in family and with your friends, you can have like different perspectives of what is right, how the country should be run. And I think that the future is younger people. So we have to talk about it. We have to make people realize how the country should be run, what changes should be made. And I think that when you talk about it with your family members, they are role models for your kids. So I think that it is better to talk about it and even during the Supra. Yes.
Do you have a vision of a change you want to see here in Georgia?
So I think that everything starts with education system. So it has to be improved because it is very, very old and it should be modernized. And there should be subjects that should be implemented, even what media, which is like huge nowadays, that wasn't like, it didn't exist in like 90s. So I think that social media and everything media related subjects should be implemented in schools and then in universities because like, for example, Russia has like huge influence on Georgian politics because of their media influence. So I think that if people learn, younger people learn in schools and in universities how the propaganda is released, I think that we will be like even more aware of what situation is and not like have blind eyes.
Yeah, propaganda, also fake news are big topics also for our Media Dialogue project. How did you like it? How was it for you as a participant?
It was amazing. It was amazing because we got to have a relationship with working journalists like you. And it was great to hear about other countries like Ukraine, which is like in the similar situation as Georgia. So I think that hearing those perspectives, those other countries, people from other countries that are in our situation, I think helps us, all of us, to like step into the right direction. And I think Media Dialogue that did that. I think we started conversations that should have been started a long time ago, and I think that we are going to work more in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before we took off to Gyumri, Armenia, we had a conference at Caucasus University. We had wonderful keynote speakers. They talked about the current political situation in Georgia and freedom of press. Besides that, the workshops, they showcased their work, and this is what you're going to see now.
The station in Georgia came to an end with the final conference on September 23rd. In addition to the group work which was presented, there were also interesting program parts such as keynote speeches by experts from the field of journalism. The final conference took place under the motto, "Do not feed the flame, tell the truth." The second station in the Caucasus takes the team to Gyumri, Armenia.
The workshops are at the core of the Media Dialogue project. So the young aspiring journalists, they are writing blog articles and they are creating videos. And now you're going to see what the video group has created during the time in Tbilisi, Georgia. Hi, and and welcome to Media Dialogue TV. Hello, Mr. Serhiy Tomilenko. You're the president of the National Union of Journalists of Ukraine. Hello, Mr. Andrei Maleshka. Thank you for the interview today. I'm very happy to talk to you now. Tekla, you're a student, 18 years old at Caucasus University.
So I think that hearing those perspectives, those other countries, people from other countries that are in our situation, I think helps us, all of us, to like step into the right direction. And I think Media Dialogue did that. I think we started conversations that should have been started a long time ago. And I think that we are going to work more in the future.
To be honest, we had quite an adventurous ride to Gyumri. The bus was shaking. We had the opportunity to see lovely landscapes, to visit a monastery, and now we want to give you these impressions. So you're going to see the pictures of the day. Personally, I am so excited to learn all I can about Armenia, about the city of Gyumri. And if you're interested too in learning something about the political situation here, about the culture, then tune in, because we're going to have another Media Dialogue TV show in the upcoming days about Armenia.